Gotten eating some In-N-Out. Good. Really good stuff. But 99 North, guys. 99 North right now. What an epic day, guys. It's always fun when we get to spend the day live streaming, Darla, Nola, Kathy, hello again. Bev A, Pixie, Susan, Chevy. On the road again. Blues Dude's in the house. Aloha. Mom X Swift over there on Twitch. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, it was interesting to say the least. I've been to other Bernie things. I'm just going to tell you, and I'll wait for it to stop buffering. It's going to buffer for about 2 minutes through here. So we're going to get through this buffer zone. And then I'll tell you my take on it and how it's changed over the years. Man, it seems like Bernie supporters get more and more radical. Every time. Oh, Mom, sorry about that. Mom X Swift says, I missed it because just not feeling the greatest right now. Prayers for you. Hopefully you feel better. Get that bug out of your system. I remember you talking about it. When was it, last night or this morning? So it was just interesting to say the least. So no matter where I go, when you have a camera, people will instantly start talking to you, even Democrat stuff. But I noticed this morning it was a very lethargic response to me walking around with a camera, and just no energy whatsoever. And then a lot of insecurities in the crowd. Like if I'm standing there and I'm at a Trump event and someone's walking up with a camera or anything of that nature, I'm not focused on those people. I'm not focused on them at all. It's just sad, to say the least. I mean, you had people up there saying all kind of stuff, talking, always wanting to bring up your mom, all these things. And it's just unfortunate that, I mean, even some of those older folks, man, they just nasty when we go to these Tesla things, man. That lady had to be 90 years old at the Tesla Fresno one, and she cussing like a sailor. Just interesting stuff. We've seen them bust people in, seen a lot of people come from out of town. A lot of people from Fresno showed up today. You had folks from LA, outside of Bakersfield. talking to Matt. He's going to see if Bernie and AOC is going to be doing anything in their neck of the woods over there. So Matt will be doing that. He's also got a 5150 protest. I think it's Saturday. So you get a couple protests. We're going to be live Saturday. Matt will be live. Then we got an epic school board meeting on, we'll talk about it more tomorrow, but we got an epic school board meeting on Thursday night. Chevy says, yeah, there was a couple wood chipper candidates there. Yeah, they were, man, how triggered they get. How triggered they get. And then I actually was, when that little juvenile was sitting there acting like a fool, I was actually having a decent conversation with a guy, and just his concern was, and this is what the conversation we were having, I don't know if you guys could hear it, but his concern is, he's seen me move out of a way for a woman in a mobility scooter, and he walked up, and that was his entry point. He's like, do you have compassion for disabled people? I'm like, yeah, why? And he goes, like that lady in the wheelchair. And I thought he was going to say I did something wrong. I was like, I moved out of the way from her, right? He goes, yeah, you did. And I go, yeah, I mean, that's just common. And he goes, well, so my concern is I have a disabled brother. And I knew where he was going with it. Again, he's believing the lies of the cuts to Medicaid, like somehow your disabled family member's not going to be able to get medical care because of Trump and Elon, which is so far from the truth. Actually, if we got rid of the waste, abuse, and fraud, we could probably give these people a little bit more of the care they need. So we were having a conversation, and I was like, listen, man, let me tell you what I do and why I got into this. And I explained, like, when I actually started live streaming, not just recording and uploading. I started doing that at school board meeting 15 years ago. But it's because I was watching the news. This is what I explained to them. I was watching the news. They were covering some stuff that was going on, and then I watched them cover a news of an event that I was at, and I was like, holy cow, that's not how the day went at all. And this was prior to MAGA. It was right and left, but it was prior to MAGA. And I said, when I got home, I said, you know what, I'm going to go to the next event and I'm going to film it. And I used Battle of Berkeley as an example. I said, they said that this was some Nazi right-wing event and all this, and I'm explaining this to them, and I go the next month where they have the next Battle of Berkeley, and it's a bunch of Antifa in black bloc with weapons, literally assaulting anybody that wasn't on their side. And I got video of it, I watched it front and center. And when I got home, I turned on the news, and once again, it was white supremacists, these neo-Nazis, and all these other things. And I'm like, well, wait a second, this doesn't add up. And I was just having a talk with, I said, Rachel, probably 4 weeks ago, and 15, 18 years ago, I used to turn on the news and believe everything that was said. Believe everything that was said. I just took the news for truth. And I go, but you know what? I've learned I have to look up everything, research everything, and I go, even things that come from my side on my political spectrum, I need to do differently. And I got to look into it because there'll be a spin on things. And he goes, so what you're telling me, this is what he said. And again, very, very nice guy. And I could tell there was passion behind him. And he goes, so what you're telling me is when we were growing up, we had maybe 5, 6 channels. We had the news on that's what informed us of things, and you're going to tell me that throughout my entire existence, now I'm somehow supposed to believe that they've been lying to me? I said, not completely the entire time. They've had their spin on things, especially political, for a long time. And he goes, and he was thinking about it. And I was like, man, I'm just telling you, when you hear this stuff, I said, who are you hearing that they're going to cut Medicaid and Medi-Cal, or Medicaid and whatever, Social Security? And I said, you're hearing it from the party that just lost an election that in any real time they should have won, going up against a convicted felon, going up against the guy that said this, I mean, anybody in their right mind would have loved to go up against somebody like that. I said, but the American people have seen through a lot of that. And I go, I'm not saying everything the news tells you, but I go, you know what? You're hearing this from Democrats that just lost. They are worried. Their poll numbers are bad. And I was like, take what you're hearing. I go, now who's parroting what the Democrats are saying? That same news organization that we're supposed to look up to and trust are the same ones. Seniors are going to lose their Medicaid. Seniors were out protesting Tesla today because they're tired. They're scared about their Social Security. And I said, I get how people can be scared. But I said, this is kind of what I do for a living, and I've covered it for a long time. And you know what? We were having like an actual conversation. He was listening. And I was like, you know what? So what you're saying is you just believe one party over the other. Because one party says they're going to do all this. They're going to destroy your Medicaid. They're going to take that and give it to billionaires. And you have the other side saying, whoa, 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 whoa. We want to protect Medicaid. We just want to get rid of the waste, abuse, and fraud. And I go, think about that. You have two parties. Nothing's been done yet with Medicaid. You can read the bill. Nothing's been done yet. But you're choosing to pick the side, the side that's been amplified. It was a really good conversation. I had to split because of the Palestinian protesters. I wish I could have been more. I would have loved to have someone like that on our podcast where it's just a back and forth. Because I get it that people are nervous. They believe the media, and it's unfortunate. Man, that In-N-Out was good. I got a text from Roberto about church tonight. But there was a lot of triggered people out there. They, and And again, I think these people think they can bully you or act all big and bad because they got friends and you're out there alone, or they got this massive crowd. Just crazy. Telling you though, I think if Matt would have been there, I think Matt would have got that guy's number. I don't know, but the way Matt acted at the Lazy Dog toward our waiter, just crazy. I don't judge Matt. He's probably sleeping already. For Tulare Visalia College of the Sequoias. Look at that big, beautiful American flag up there. Matt is my sweetheart. He's my snuggle bunny when we travel. You lie and say he snores, Jalen. He didn't snore once. It was peaceful. But there was also some people I had some pretty cool conversations with. There's people that weren't like hating MAGA, that weren't, oh my God. But for the most part, most of them, again, the Democrat Party has become the party of extremists. The party of putting everything other than America first. I mean, you got a Planned Parenthood mobile or advertisements. You have talking about women's rights. I mean, when they talk about women's rights, they don't mean your right to be able to play a sport with people of your sex. So if you're a female and you've been competing and you want to compete against females, they're not there for that right. They're not there for females' right to privacy. They're there for the right to murder both male and female. But it's going to be interesting. This is their tactic. This is what Democrats, this is what they think is going to get their base motivated, is to do these things. And I don't think it's going to work. I'm just telling you. And you can tell they still have the election hangover, guys. They are triggered. Oh, look, there's somebody coming back from the event, guaranteed. Only gay cops pull me over. Jesus would let me merge. Drive carefully. Yeah, they were at the Bernie rally. They're heading back home. sure. We got some footage. We got them dropping off their bus loads of people. Which we told you was going to happen. I got a 3x3 and a double-double. And fries. I was starving. Yeah, probably a lot of people on the road from there, because again, a lot of people traveled outside, went to from Fresno, Visalia, Los Angeles. And I hate this traffic, or this construction here that goes on forever. Do something really quick. This thing is falling off and I don't want to be in the fast lane while I'm trying to put this on. I got it. There we go. Leave it to me. Soros is ramping them all up. That's why that another lady that was really nice out there, she was kind of patriotic. She was there because, you know, and Bernie does resonate with people that's tired of politics. However, he doesn't practice what he preaches. But he resonates with people that, just like, and I've said this before, I think in order to get elected, let's say for your school board or your city council, you can't accept it. Man, who was it? Whenever, what was his name? Man, I'm drawing a blank. I am drawing a blank. I can't even think of his name right now. Used to be our congressman, 22nd Dave Strick. Works for Trump now. I keep thinking like David Valadao, but not David Valadao. I can't think of who it is. Man, this is crazy. My brain is smashed right now. The one that we were on CNN with our famous picture with Ben Bergwall. You guys remember that? Devin Nunes. Like, I remember when we were doing the Devin Nunes thing, and it was just absolutely incredible, the fact that there was so much money coming from outside the state, coming from outside everywhere. Like, that was like millions and millions of dollars funneling in, and all of a sudden, that's okay. So Bernie talks how bad that stuff is, and I agree, that's bad. But that's how he resonates with folks. That's how he resonates with folks. Is he gets his talking points and he gets up there, but then again, he doesn't practice what he preaches. Many of them don't. Yeah, says Devin Nunes, yes. And you see that in the big, when it was like Fetterman. When Fetterman was going against Oz, people from California, people from all over the country, and I get it, it affects us all. I get it that it affects us all. And like, I want to see so-and-so win. I want to see this person win, because it'll be better off for the, the entire country if we get somebody in there that's going to be fiscally conservative and non-woke. Guys, hand out the window. A little too dark to be Big D. It says Josh will be using rental car and traveling the next several days. If you want to help out with costs, please go over to Venmo at Oreo Josh or Cash App $ Oreo Army. Everything helps. That's right, guys. That's right. We appreciate you. And again, we need to get back on the road, and we will be, thanks to your support. So if you want to help out, we appreciate it. I think this school board on Thursday night, we're going to drive the 4 hours to that, and I think that school board meeting is going to be epic. I wouldn't have just gone that far for a school board meeting, but I think it's going to be epic. And then drive back down, stay the night in LA that night, drive back down Friday. If Roberto's not too scared, he's getting scared of a lot of things. So no promises that he'll ride with us, but we're definitely going to cover some stuff. He should be there. We'll go out and we're looking right now at what will be some of the best protests. It's the 5150 folks, the folks that are mentally ill. Old Uncle Bill says, hi, my friends and I had a great weekly dinner. Now I'm back. Good deal. See, if RW said something like that, we would know it was a lie, because we know RW doesn't have any friends. But Old Uncle Bill says it, there were some high quality folks over there. the next event's going. I'll have to look at some video. Up north, I know there's a lot of Patriots going to show up there to give them a warm MAGA welcome. Those are very nice restrooms right there in those trailers. Sleep like a baby tonight though, because I went to bed late last night. Woke up at about crack of dawn, was on the road. Controlled burn over there. Rachel's making Chipotle bowls for dinner. Oh wow, MTG's town hall got rowdy. A Platt guy got tased. That is racist. Don't people know you can only tase white people? I'll have to look at that video. Chevy says the guy playing that song in his baby carriage probably doesn't realize the guy who wrote that song and sang it supports Trump now. Yeah, so that guy, he came by and was playing it. He drove around a few times. And then he picked me out personally. And I just laugh. I'm like, you know, because they like to call it a swastika car. I like them. I would love to get a Tesla. He sat there and I was like, man, you're driving a swastika car. I bought it before all this went down. And it was just funny. that was his way to troll, and it just goes to show you, you know what, it's all fun and games sometimes. But again, the guy doesn't know anything about Donald Trump, doesn't know anything about politics, doesn't know anything about where his taxes goes. He's just an absolute idiot. We know that. When we argue with these people, and we, okay, what about this? Oh, that didn't happen. Everything that we have factual evidence that happens. Oh, no, that didn't. I mean, these are the same people that were in line to get their booster shots with their masks on, while we're screaming at the top of our lungs, getting canceled off every social media site that, no, you know, hey, there's some other scientists out there that say this isn't right, something's wrong here. Nicer if that was a Border Patrol vehicle. ATM comes to you. Find it, fix it. I work at a school. Some people still wear masks here. They do because they were coughing, not because of the COVID thing. I guess they didn't want to get cold telling people, maybe 2 or 3 people I see. Yeah, I just, again, most of the things that are people use masks to prevent, there's a lot of studies out there that actually does the opposite. I remember Fauci's emails. No, they don't gotta wear masks. Masks don't work. And then all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, everybody must wear masks. Yeah, I guess my live stream got hung open on my last live yesterday, because when I logged in to create a live this morning at like 6:30, it said that my live was still going. I was like, okay. See, this is why they're also doing this. It's about money. Bernie Sanders and AOC. AOC tweeted this 6 hours ago. I cannot convey how grateful I am to the millions of people supporting us with your time, resources, and energy. Your support has allowed us to rally people together at record scale to organize their communities, all with an average donation of $21. So she goes and says your time, resources, and energy, and then she goes to the money of on an average of $21. It says news, AOC had her strongest ever quarter, raising over $9.5 million from 266,000 individuals. That gives the average donor just $21. AOC doesn't take a dollar from lobbyists or corporate PACs. Our top donor professions are teachers and nurses. 64% were first-time contributors. Follow the money and you'll know while they're doing it. I gotta save that for the show. Selma. So they're hitting all that spots to make as much money as they can. Like, think about that, $9.5 million. Now, this is the same people that say we need to get all this money out of politics, but in one quarter, they're raising close to $10 million. So that's $40 million a year. And they're talking about the rich people, and they need to pay more? Don't think so. But that's what these people have been brainwashed. They think for some reason, because government wants to spend, that they need to take more money. Has nothing to do with taking more money. What we need to do is stop the spending. The government doesn't need to have its hands in everything. When it has its hands in everything, it spends money in everything, and it takes from you to do that. see somebody mentioning my name in the chat. I didn't Yes, I got the taxes done last night. What did you send me 2 emails on? Hold on. I will go check my messages tonight. I know I gotta get my act together. I'm missing on that. Selma. Anderson Pump Company. This is where the original Sal's is. I used to work in that building right there, or in the offices for that building up there on the right for years. Or actually not for, yeah, for years. It was my first, or my second, my favorite job, but it was my second real job and I loved it. It used to be called Upright. Build area lift platforms. Man, I would have never left that company the way things were going. If that company wouldn't have shut down, I would be one of those millionaires y'all coming after. So back in the Obama days, here in Selma, there was a guy, I can't remember what bar it was, but 99 Club or something. But somebody turned the guy in because he was sitting there drinking, and he was saying things about, and it wasn't that he would kill Obama. It was he was out drinking with people and saying all kind of crazy stuff. Like, I wish somebody would just take that guy out. He's bad for this country. It was like 2 days later, that man got a visit and knock on the door, and it made local news. Guys, well, we're almost into town. I want to say thank you for riding along. We're gonna have a whole lot of time live over the next week or so, or next 4 days. So appreciate you guys sharing it out. Make sure you hit that like button. If you do want to help us out, a tank of gas, anything you want to do, we appreciate it. You can go to Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App $Oreo Army, or givesendgo.com/Oreo2024. I want to say thank you all for being here. Thank you to the mods. Thank you for everybody that shares it out, hits that like button. Thank you guys, and hopefully you guys like today. We got more coming for you, and if anything breaks later, we will go live. But for now, ta-ta for now, guys. God bless y'all. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.